What's up, you fools? Matt, ESC United. It's your favorite Eurovision channel. I am jumping on right here, right now. This is taking too long. Whoops, and my earpiece falls out as well. We are ready here for the Norwegian results to come in, so I figured let's start talking about this right now and get the results together. Now keep in mind, as you can see, I'm a little blurry today. I've been working for the past hour to fix my latency. I don't know what's going on. The internet is just awfully slow today, so forgive me for the bad quality. Hopefully the sound is good, but this is what's happening. That's why I'm a little blurry. After tonight, I'm just gonna have to do a whole whatever to figure this one out. Just let me know. So, but the results are coming in right now in Norway. We're going to have a winner. Is it going to be the fan favorite, or is it going to be not the fan favorite? Although, if the other song wins the televote, the bubble, then it becomes technically the fan favorite, right? No, but this is pretty exciting. So somebody is saying the volume is low. Is it low for a lot of people? Let me know. I can potentially crank it up a little. But it should be fine. So, on my screen, it just showed up that Kaino has one with spirits in the sky. I see the fireworks, I see happy faces, and I see a lot of people in the chat yelling as well. Keep in mind, my reaction is probably 30 seconds behind, because there's always a delay. So there you have it. We have the Norwegian results in as we speak. Once again, this is Matt with ESC United. And a bunch of national finals wrapped up today. So let's talk about them. Let's talk for them again today. I'm on my own because I had technical difficulties. I still do because of the blurriness. Internet connection sucked. I tried to reinstall, but that did not happen. Anyway, so once again, Kaino in Norway is through. That means they are going to represent Norway in the Eurovision Song Contest 2019 in Tel Aviv. And as we all know, they were the fan favorites. They were the fan favorites, and people were getting nervous because all these other national finals over the last few weeks have not been very promising when it comes to the fan favorites. So people already mentally prepared themselves to be once again be disappointed. Now, I do know people are pointing out Portugal still running. Portugal is going to take a little longer, so I figured we're going to talk about this right here, right now, because Portugal always is delayed, and by the time they're done, people will go to bed. But I'm keeping an eye on that as well. But for now, let's talk about Norway, La Norvège. Norway, in case you don't know how that worked, 10 songs in the running, 4 of them moved on to a super final, which was 50% jury, 50% televote, and then 2 of them moved to the silver final, I should say, and then 2 songs moved on to the golden final. I think the biggest surprise to me was Moreland Left Behind. I guess it didn't connect with people as much as I thought it would. I thought he sounded amazing. It looked great. Maybe it's just the connection wasn't there, or maybe he was downgraded by the juries, which would surprise me. I thought it was fantastic. He deserved at least the second round of it. So that really disappointed me. Not sure if you guys all agree or not, but that was my observation. That it's sad that he didn't make it. And what was going on with D's down Mr. Unicorn, which from what we can see, we only know the 12 pointers from each jury, but they won the jury vote. Now, visually, probably one of the best performances of the night. It looked amazing with all the squares as they popped up and all that stuff. That was done so well. But to me, the staging cannot rescue what I consider a forgettable song. There was nothing that really grabbed me. So they clearly qualified because of the juries, right? That's how it goes. The juries have 50% say here, at least in the first round. They'll have a say in Eurovision as well, 50%, so you got to take that into consideration. I was still surprised I didn't quite get the appeal there. So if it were up to me, I personally thought that Chris Medina, he sounded beautiful. I was actually really interested in his song, and I recognized him. I was like, oh wait, he was on American Idol, even though I don't watch it. His clip went viral several years ago, so I remember him, so that was kind of cool. Definitely Moreland would have gone through. Kaino goes without saying. Um, those three, and then I think I would have also probably picked Hala just for the ring ticket ting ting. We need a little bit silliness about that. And yes, so thank you Israel for giving Kaino 12 points, potentially helping them to qualify to the silver final. So once they were announced as a third qualifier, I was fairly confident that they would just slide through, that they would easily win this, because the second and third round was 100% televote, and I just didn't see them losing that. And I was confident. I was not overconfident, but it just felt like that what was going to happen. Now, if the juries had to say, things probably would have been different, right? But it happened. I love the song. Just to be clear, Kind of song is amazing. I love that there are like three singers, different parts, and this whole I forgot the word, the tribal sound that they use is so cool. It makes it stand out. They have male vocals, female vocals. They take turns. Really keeps me entertained and sucked into it. Now, I will say I was not a fan of the staging. The staging needs a significant improvement, right? It's just them standing around in like a circle at the beginning and then singing. I feel as the song asks for more traditional vibe and feel. I'm not saying that I'll have to put on crazy costumes, but just the lighting, the backdrop, and maybe the dancers, they would ask for a little bit more that makes it pop. So I was not thrilled with the staging. The staging needs to change. You hear me, everyone? Staging needs to change. I hope I'm not the only one. So keep asking your questions in case you want to hear my opinion, answer any questions related to Norway. I'm so happy Kaino won. I'm such a huge supporter of theirs. Yuri101 says, well, I'm happy for you. I've never heard of them before, obviously, but they're different, and I'm very happy for them. Lila Love said, Mr. Unicorn was my favorite song going into the national final. I greatly prefer that song over Spirit in the Sky, but Spirit in the Sky was my number 2 going in. Hey, at least, you know, your number 2 went through. Spirit in the Sky was my number 1. Quite didn't get Mr. Unicorn, didn't click with me. Again, I'll give him that, though. Amazing staging. It looked and sounded perfect. The song just wasn't for me. It was not enough just to, you know, the staging wasn't enough to just make me want to go, this has to win. I thought it was amazing, and I am so happy. I think this will be just a fun song, Spirits in the Sky at Eurovision. We need that. We need that. We had so many slow songs this year so far. So having a little bit of a diverse sound here is so good. And it's just something different from Norway. So I am applauding them. After being one of my least favorite songs last year, I just didn't get Alexander Rybak's song, even though I like him very much. The song was just like, ugh. And now they sent an amazing song. So this is crazy. So Trambus1144 is saying, what do you think about Hatari, Kaino, and Darut's Look Away? Trambus, that's what we're talking about right now. You haven't missed anything. We're just talking about Norway first. Big fan of Kaino, deserving winner. I thought, though, the Norwegian show, even though it was way too long, it was too long, I thought it looked great. The staging was fine. I think every song, you know, had its own vibe and feel, kind of like Melodi Festivalen almost. So I was a big fan of that. There was a lot of forced excitement, like those clips in between where these people pretended or tried so hard to come across as drunk, like, hey, and it makes me a little weird. But I think the show was entertaining enough. It just could have been like 30 minutes shorter with 10 songs in the running. Not needed. Not needed. ESC Veggie is saying Norway will be able to win. Eurovision winning, I don't necessarily see in their stars. I'm still worried about the juries. I don't think the juries will put it in the top 3. And I think you have to be at least a little higher in the juries to actually win overall. But I can see this one easily finishing in the top 10. We don't know all the songs yet. You know, we're just over 20 songs into this. So let's wait and see. But I can easily see a top 10 result for Norway, depending on, you know, many different circumstances and situational stuff. So I am happy. I can see that the vast majority of people in the chat and just on our forum on ESC United are very, very, very happy. So it's always fun that after all these weeks of disappointments, we finally have some excitement in Norway. Congratulations. So, Ilidila saying, I'm going to forget that That's How You Write a Song happened. That was a mistake. What is that? I never heard of that song before. Bless your heart, Alexander Reback. Anyway, so let's move on because there are other shows to talk about. Again, this is really just off the cuff here. I don't have anything prepared. I just wanted to come online real quick. I haven't been around this week, by the way, in case you're wondering. I had to travel for work, and I had system issues, and I didn't feel well, so everything happened at once. So I just couldn't focus on Eurovision a whole lot this week, but I'm back to normal, hopefully. Let's talk about this. Have you ever heard of this tiny island called Iceland? They sent this very cute ballad by Hatari, and by ballad I mean not. Hatari won in Iceland. Hatari did it. The absolute fan favorite. That song that no one thought would be a fan favorite made it all the way through to the end and is going to Tel Aviv. Holy blank balls. That is so exciting. If you watched my Iceland reaction video, you know that this was my personal number one as well. I thought the Icelandic selection was very lackluster overall, and this one just stood out by far. And this, even the studio version, even though I was at first like, ooh, what is this? I was so intrigued by it and listened to it like 3 times in a row. After watching the performance, I'm like, sold, sold, sold. It stands out, fantastic. And this is what it needs to be, right? I like the staging. I think it looked good. I don't think they have to do a whole lot of changes. It really captured the vibe that I was looking for in the song. The only thing I will point out is I think the chorus with the backup vocals, I feel as it needed to be a little stronger. I know it's supposed to be softer, but it kind of faded away a little. So I wish a little bit more oomph in the chorus. That's the only thing I'm asking for. But I'm not talking about what, not too much. So, but these are the little things that they can figure out. The sound maybe wasn't as good in the Icelandic studios as well. It's just something that stood out to me. But it was even better live, right? It really has that vibe, this devil, Satan sound to me, and then this angelic chorus, which is still, they're no angels obviously, but the sound of it gives it that vibe, and it's just so visually, it's like, what just happened here? It is so out there, and I'm not saying that they are going to win. I'm not even saying they're going to qualify. I'm just saying Iceland did the right choice. Go big or go home, and that is what I'm excited about. Gucci is saying Iceland is my favorite country in this boring slow ballad. It's my favorite Icelandic thing from now on. Isn't it funny how from last year there were this very slow, very forgettable ballad to this? It's like, this is 180 a turn. It is so amazing. Sabrina De Volder is asking, where is Iceland in your top? Is it in your top 5 or top 10? Because I don't connect at all with this. Here's the thing. I don't know. I haven't done a proper ranking yet, so I cannot give you exactly the position. I would think it's in my top 10 right now, but I'm not certain. It's not as high as with some of the others. It's not going to be my number 1. I don't love it that much, right? But I think it's just the most memorable thing out there. But I totally get it if people hate it, even have it as their least favorite. And that is okay. This song will gravitate, a lot of people will remember and vote for it. A lot of people will hate it and ignore it. But you cannot vote against a song. So you'd rather have a polarizing song that has a lot of lovers and haters, rather than a song that sits right there in the safe spot and everyone likes it but no one loves it and therefore calls in for it. So yes, Iceland will be polarizing, a divisive choice, but it was the best choice for Iceland to do somewhat well at Eurovision. And they may not. But it's the best shot. So, do you think juries will destroy them? Sino is asking. Okay, so I don't know if destroy is the right word. I don't think they will allow an Iceland win, right? I don't see Iceland Reykjavik 2020 in our stars. But I think they will do better than some of us expect. That being said, I don't think it's going to move mountains with the juries. It's going to be slightly better than a lot of people think. It's not going to be last place, but it'll be high with the televoter will prefer this over the juries. That is my fair, reasonable prediction here. But as I said, I am so happy, so thrilled. And I'm sad, love Hera Bjork. Love Friedrich, both fantastic singers, but this was Hitari's year, and they made the right choice. Iceland, so happy for them. So, and it's so weird, isn't it, that everyone, the majority of people, really, really gravitate towards that. Like the Eurovision fans, that's not your music. You know what I mean? This is not what you gravitate towards. So this is exciting. So, two songs tonight. Iceland and Norway chose the fan favorites. People are happy. The Nordic countries so far delivering to the most part. I don't know. What do you think? But happy people, happy campers. And let's move on to another Nordic country, Finland. Finland, we knew the act that is going to go to Tel Aviv. It was The Rude, with Sebastian as the singer. They had 3 songs in the running tonight. And don't ask me to pronounce the national final that Finland has, because, okay, I'll try it. Uuden musiikin kilpailu. That's the one. Catchy. 3 songs were in the running, and Release Me, Superman, and then Look Away. Look Away won by a landslide, won the jury vote, won the televote with a significant margin, and therefore is the choice for Finland. Finland had very little excitement going into this national final. It seems like a lot of people weren't as interested in it. So I don't know what the response is to the outcome. If you watched the 3 videos, I made 3 different videos discussing the 3 songs. Look Away was definitely my clear favorite. So I am glad that it won. So 3 countries in a row, 3 satisfying outcomes. I cannot complain. I could technically, but no, not yet. So no, I'm not saying that this one is going to move mountains at Eurovision. I think this could struggle to qualify. But out of the choices, to me, this was definitely the most interesting one, with a very interesting build. Yes, it's a little repetitive at some point. Look away, look away, look away, da 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 da. I get it. But to me, just it stands out the most. The staging looked good. The staging was fun. Not sure if they're going to keep it that way, but it was definitely memorable. It's just the energy wasn't quite there. I felt like it. I feel as they need more energy on stage. I was not captivated by the performance. I still think the song is the best. I would like to hear from you which one of the 3's your favorite was. The staging looked good for most of them, right? I thought they were fun. I'm glad that we have that song at Eurovision. Has a little bit nice of a beat to it, so I will enjoy that. Let me see here. Levander says, Sebastian is not the most amazing singer. I think the song needs a better vocalist. Levander, this is the first time I heard him perform live. I wasn't blown away by it either. They need more backup support as well there, I think. I would agree with you that I don't think his vocals carry the song enough, because it's a loud song with the beat, so your voice needs to be strong and stand out. I feel as his voice was not standing out enough, that the sound was overshadowing him. And that is bad, right? Because the voice is important. So, that was my observation as well, so I do agree. So, let's see here. Kyle Project says, Look Away was the only one that looked like they made an effort with the staging. I don't know, Release Me looked pretty cool, I thought. Superman was okay, but Release Me with that weird purple tunnely looking thing and his DJ booth in the back. I thought it looked like a music video though, so it could have had like a Benjamin Ingrosso effect where it was too detached from the audience at Eurovision if they were to use that. But I thought it looked fine. I don't think it was bad, but yes, Release Me was definitely Look Away was definitely the best staging and the best show. People were saying, like on our forum on ESC United, that Sebastian looked very upset that the song won. I'm not sure if that is accurate or if it was just misinterpreted his facial expressions, because this is the only song that he co-wrote, if I'm not mistaken, so you would think that he would be over the moon that it won. That just the reaction wasn't as exciting, people are saying. I mean, it doesn't matter because, you know, one of the 3 songs goes. You go into Eurovision anyway. You know, it doesn't matter, really. Are you going to do a separate live stream for Portugal, or are you just going to discuss that some other time? Amadeus, I'm going to do separate videos for all entries tonight. This is just a live stream just to have fun and chat, because kind of get together, because I've been doing that every week now, so I don't want to break the tradition. So this is just a side video to kind of, you know, hang out, have fun, and separate videos will come. Promise, for all the winners. Because, there are still some other shows that happened that we need to talk about. So don't consider this now the replacement video. Now, which Nordic country out of the 4 that has decided do you think will place highest? That is tough. This is tough. I think Iceland or Norway, I want to say right now. I think that Denmark will have a bigger jury support, with Iceland and Norway having a bigger televote support. Finland, I can't really figure out yet. I think Finland could kind of get a result from last year where they squeeze in barely through the semis and then just kind of end up at the bottom. That would be my kind of estimate right now. But the other ones that's tough. But I would say probably Iceland or Norway would battle it out. At least that's my observation. But, I need to wait for all the songs, and Sweden is still coming. So if Sweden makes the right choice, I think my answer will change significantly. And if you have questions, by the way, make sure to do @ESCUnited so I can see them. Salming is saying I was pretty weird. Oh, it was not. I was pretty weird. It was pretty weird in UMK final jury votes were published at the same time when public voting was still open. There is a chance it affected a little bit how the public decided to vote. Yes, that was very interesting because that's often happening in other countries, especially in Eastern European countries. They often give the jury results and leave the televote open. And now they did it in Finland as well. It can have an impact. I don't know if it had an impact on this one because they both agreed. Usually it's the opposite. If they see that a specific song is doing well, that the televoters don't want to see winning, they're going to vote for the other song. It happened in Romania last year. A song called Walk on Water was the televote leading song, and people saw that and then went for the other song. So that kind of stuff happens. So yeah, it could have an impact, but I don't think it had in Finland this time around. I think people just really liked that song the best. Look Away. Oh, hi, Eurotowely. You're saying, thank you first of all for the super chat. Thank you for supporting us. Hatari won. My life is complete. First time in ages my winner actually won something. Favorite winner song since 2012. Love Iceland Forever from Iceland. Here's the funny thing. I'm not a creep. But I was thinking about you actually when it won. I'm like, oh, I know that your Towley will like this one. I don't know why. I feel as I am getting to know your taste. So that was definitely on my mind. I was like, oh, he probably will approve of this. So thanks again. I'm glad that you're happy. Hasn't this weekend been a relief after Ukraine fiasco? Oh, Little John UK, I'll talk about in a minute. I just want to talk about all of the national finals, but I'm happy to talk about that as well. I did a separate video about that a few days ago as well. But, anyway. So, this weekend has been the calm after the storm. I know. I feel so good today. I feel really good. I mean, Moldova, I'm going to talk about in a second. My favorite didn't win, but I can see why we have the winner that we have. My cats are fighting right now. Dustin! Let her go. They always play with each other, and then they get a little rough. What do you think of Tamta's demo? Can she win this year? The demo I like. We haven't heard the whole... I want to hear the full version, but she's definitely going to be a fan favorite, and I think she's going to do really, really well. Okay, so... the thing with Romania... last year, they aired the televote results as they happened live. It was pretty annoying. That's exactly what I meant by that, yes. Even though there was no jury, it's kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? The leading UK bookmaker made Hatari 4th favorite, and the odds are getting shorter. Keep in mind, these hypes often happen. I don't think it's going to win. I think people getting a little bit too carried away with that. Do you look at it objectively? And you know me, I'm a fan of the song. I support it. But put on your objective hat. Can you see the juries putting this in their top 4? I don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening. So I don't think it's going to win. But I think it's going to do pretty well. I think it's going to be quite interesting, and I'm super excited to have them at Eurovision. We need that. We need diversity. What I loved about 2018 was the diverse styles and genres that we had, and initially it felt a little lackluster in 2019. Now we're talking. Now we're getting different styles, and I could not be happier. And some upbeat songs as well, not just ballads. So I'm gonna answer question Ivan's. Do you think that all Nordic countries may qualify for the first time since 2014? Yeah, I think Finland is probably the one that at this point the biggest question mark, but I'm not counting them out. They have a good shot at qualifying as well. They are in the first semi, and I'll have to look at. I know they only have Iceland from the Nordic countries supporting them, but they have other countries like Estonia they're going to get some points from, right? Oh wait, yeah, and some others. So the first semifinal is a little bit more difficult to predict, I think. So once again, my camera gets a little blurry right now. I apologize, but it's just I have a really bad internet connection today, and I'll keep working on that. But it's out of my hands right now, so hopefully you can still hear and see me. Let's talk about another one. And if you have questions, I answer as many as possible because there are a lot of them coming in. I'm not sure if anyone has paid attention to Moldova, but Moldova has chosen their song as well. Moldova, Ana Obu Orobescu won with the song Stay. And therefore, it's going to go to Eurovision. It was not on many people's radar. The show Moldova is always a little bit forgotten when it comes to the national final season. But I did pay attention to it. I listened to all the songs. And I think this is definitely a good choice for Moldova. Now, my personal favorite won actually the televote. Maxim Savidia with I Will Not Surrender was my personal favorite. I enjoyed it the most memorable melody, and would probably been a little bit more remarkable. It won a set the televote, but the jury's downgraded it, only gave it 5 points. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, he's not going to go anywhere. So Ana Obu Orobescu with Stay, she won the jury vote with 12 points, and then second place in the televote with 10. That was enough, and 22 points. Not much you can say about that, right? So, Stay is a very, what word do I want to use? It's a ballad, obviously. I don't want to, predictable sounds always so condescending, but it's certainly a comfortable ballad. A sound that we're all very familiar with, and we have heard before. Now, the lyrics, nothing to brag about, right? It's all the lovey, schmaltzy stuff. So the songwriting, they should not get an award for, this from any professionals. I was a little bit not. It's a pretty melody. It's a very pretty melody, and she sings it well, and that I think will stand out. The thing is, we already have a lot of strong ballads in the running so far, and I'm sure there will be more. I don't know if this will stand out because I don't think it has as much of an impact. Except for her performance. So hopefully she'll be able to stand out in the big crowd of ballads that are already in there. But I think she may be overshadowed. But I'm not rooting against her. She just was my favorite, but I can see why people enjoyed it. I think it was good. I think it was good, solid. So, any questions about Moldova? If you guys, which ones were your favorite? I would love to hear. Gucci saying, yeah, but Moldova wasted 4 good songs. Adriano Siciliano, Emergency, Cold, and Meteor. Meteor was actually pretty good too. I like Meteor as well, actually. That one finished last in the televote. Oh, that's the one. Also, I've missed the performance because I was switching around. I missed Meteor's performance, but I listened to it up front. So, that happens. So, schmaltzy, easy. It was a little schmaltzy, the lyrics. Come on. But hey, it's Eurovision. Not everyone cares about the lyrics. I happen to connect with better lyrics. It doesn't always have to be the most unique, sophisticated, poetic piece, right? But I do like at least a little bit that's just not just rhyming. I love you, boo, fly high, goodbye, tell me why, oh my. It's just like... I can't listen to that. That what bothers me the most. So, if Macedonia fails to qualify, I will blame Jamala. What does Jamala have to do with that? Was it just like, that's our thing now, we blame everything on Jamala? If that is, I'm all in. I'm all in. That is too funny. Unless I'm missing something. Again, I was out of the Eurovision loop for like 2 to 3 days because of real life boring stuff, so I missed a few things. I missed a few things. So we have Moldova, also the song. There is not as much of a reaction by people because, you know, I'm not sure if anyone else is super excited about that one, but that's where we at. One other thing I wanted to point out, because we don't have Portugal yet, and I don't think Portugal would be announced by while I'm doing this live stream because they always take forever. But Sweden, Melodifestivalen Andra Chanson, which is the second chance round where 8 songs battled it out, and 4 of them are moving on to the finals. And those who have watched my video of the second chance, my picks video, which I posted like 4 days ago or something like that, my 4 picks qualified. This is a good day. This is a good day for me. Like I said, Anna Bergendahl should qualify, Nano should qualify, Arvingi, well, I forgot the name of the other band, you know, the Swedish band. They should have qualified, and I'm missing someone. Oh, Lisa Ajax. Those were clearly the 4 that, in my view, should have qualified, and sure enough, they did. You're welcome. No, this was a good day for me. I'm really excited. I am really, really happy about that. So we have the lineup. I'm sad, of course, you know, I love Martin Stenmark as an artist, and I'm sad to see him out. But I'm glad he made second chance round. It wasn't his strongest effort for Melodifestivalen. So we have, you know, I hope he'll be back because he is so good. He is so good. And as far as Sweden's concerned, we have the running order. So I will do a separate video as well about this, so make sure to check that out. This is, to me, one of the strongest Melodifestivalen finals in a long time, according to my personal taste. As I see a lot of good songs. I have especially 3 or 4 songs that I am rooting for, or I want to do well, and that I'll keep listening to for a long time. So, I don't know who else, is anyone disappointed with the Swedish results? Now keep in mind, I don't think any of the songs that qualified tonight will win, right? They're not going to pull a Robin Stjernbach or anything like that. A lot of people are excited about Anna Bergendahl's songs, Ashes to Ashes. It's a good song. I said it should qualify and make to the finals. I just don't see it as a winner, and I don't necessarily think it would be that high up in my overall ranking should this win, so I'm rooting for other songs. Portugal is still voting. Lily Loves is saying yes, they're still voting. Keep me updated. I know we all agree on, well, you know, there's another song that I like, but I'm with the majority here about what song they should choose. Dark Magician, from which countries who haven't released their song are you most looking forward to listen to them? Okay, I cannot give you names because I'm sworn to secrecy, but I know of a couple of songs already chosen that have not been released yet, and those I'm most excited about, but I cannot give you the names. So that's unfortunate, but I know a few songs are going to be really, really good. That's all I can say. Marcus Jula says, do you think our favorite in Melfest could win? I don't see really any ESC winner. I do. But I don't want to tell you just yet, because then you're not going to watch my other Sweden Melodifestivalen video that I'm going to put out in the next couple of days. Maybe I'll tell you in a second. But I think there is. Sweden is in it. Sweden is in it. So we have to be patient, but I have a good feeling about them. If they make the right choice, and I think they will. I just have this inkling they're going to make the right choice. In Melodifestivalen over the last few years, usually the fan favorite, well, you know, Robin Bengtsson didn't win, I guess. You know, you never know what the juries are doing. But the fan favorites often do really well and often qualify. You tease, Shen says. I know, I'm sorry, I tease. I wish I could share more, but it's so exciting. Be excited. That's all I'm going to say. Have you heard Sergei's snippet? I haven't listened to a Sergei snippet yet. No. I just listened to the Greek snippet earlier today, but it was just the beginning, right? For like 2 hot seconds. So it didn't tell me much. It sounded good, though. So I'm just gonna, you know, it's just not enough. Leaks say that Pali C is the entry for Tulia in Eurovision for Poland. I know which song is it. I can't tell you. Sorry. What is the reason that I don't like Melfest? Easy C Veggie, it's not for everyone. I get it. I get it. I get it. Some people call it overproduced, and at certain points, there's certain aspects of it I don't like either. I don't like the recorded backup vocals. I think Jon Henrik Fjallgren's song would be way better with live vocals. I mean, he sings live, but the backup vocals, that would have been such a different layer that the song would add. And I don't like the producer influencing some of the result. That part kind of bothers me. But I get why. It's not for everyone. You were pity positive about Australia, but do you think they can win this year? I think that the Eurovision fans are a little bit too harsh when it comes to Australia this year. I'm surprised that people are so against it. I thought that it's a fun song that stands out. And is it a little kitschy? Maybe. But I love it. I love it. And as far as like winning Eurovision, maybe a little bit of a push. But I think this will be not as big of a discrepancy in the jury and televote as in previous years. I could see this one actually for the first time since Australia joined that the televoters preferred over the juries. Not saying that I'm predicting yet, but I can see that for sure as a possibility for Australia. If somehow Portugal wins, ESC make Filomena the main presenter, it's the right thing to do. It's the only thing to do. I mean, it's already decided, right? I think they put it in the constitution, the Portuguese constitution, that she has to host every Eurovision until she's 85. Love her. She was the best thing, yes. I agree. They're being harsh because of 2000 and whatever skylights ESC. It's true, a lot of people, and most people will not even know of 2000 and whatever when the actual voting happens and everyone else gets involved. A lot of people don't even listen to the national final song, so they only know of Kate, right? And even Kate's song, Zero Gravity, and I said the same thing about Iceland earlier, will be polarizing. A lot of people will love it. A lot of people think it's garbage and trash. You don't have to worry about the people that think it's garbage. You only need people to vote for it. So, you don't want to be just an average song. That's boring. Dark Magician opinion for our beloved Tamta replay. I listened to the demo version. I feel bad because it sucks for everyone on the Cyprus team. Initially, I was like, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to do it. I want to support the Cyprus team, but I'm like, who am I kidding? Whether or not I'm going to listen to it, it's going to make a difference. It's out there. But I feel bad for them that it leaked. So I did listen to it, and it's so much fun. Oh my god, this is going to be a banger in Europe. We need that kind of music. And I don't mind if it's another upbeat, fun dance song in the kind of category that you would put Fuego and people saying they're trying to recreate the Ilasius magic. It's a different song. It's upbeat pop. Eleni did not invent that kind of music. She perfected it. No, seriously, I'm a big fan of it. So far what I'm hearing, I could tell it's a demo because there's not enough instruments and enough oomph behind it. But once that final product is out, I think they're going to climb in the odds once again. So we have to give it some time. So it's been a while since Azerbaijan got a good result. Do you think they can return to former glory this year? They can. Absolutely. Azerbaijan for the longest time has done so well every year, even when we're like, I don't think they deserve to do that well. But now they are in a rut right now. But I gotta say, even though they didn't do too hot, their songs weren't always that bad. Like, oh god, I can't think of the name. With the horse head. Da 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 da. I can't think of the name. Matt, think. I'm like, I'm a miracle. No, what is it called? Anyway, you know which song I'm talking about. I just can't even think of the words. That was good. It just didn't do quite as well as some people may have hoped for it. But they can absolutely do it. Oh, Pingo, thank you for your support. Thank you for, I need to buy my airfare to London for the Eurovision party. So that goes right into that budget. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's already, I got to scroll up here to see a message. I love that we are sending Joik, how do you pronounce it? Tak. Tusen tak, or something like that, they always say, right? I am thrilled with that as well. Again, even if you flop at Eurovision, which I don't think you will, but let's just assume the worst case scenario, you can be very proud of your choice. At least it's different. You didn't go necessarily safe, with an averagey ballad, you went with something that really is remarkable. So, Hercules. Skeletons. Thank you, DH. Skeletons are like, I'm a miracle. No, it just drove me nuts. Skeleton. Oh man, you know, like, you know the words, you know the song, it's just not coming to you, and then everyone watching, the pressure is on. So, yeah, so this is my answer. So, people are asking, I do not have the Portugal stream on here right now because when I have the stream running with my live stream here on YouTube, it slows down my machine and it buffers my stream and so I have to turn it off. So I'm going to rely on you. If someone can tell me where we're at in the results right now in Portugal, do we have any results so far? Please let me know. Levanda, thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know what I would do without you guys. It'll be an expensive. In case you guys don't know, I live in flipping California, which is Los Angeles, which is on the other side of the world. 9 hours difference. So when I have to fly to Europe, I'm gonna fly to Amsterdam, do Amsterdam in concert, stay for a week, so I can do London Eurovision party, and then fly back, and just to fly back to Tel Aviv 3 weeks later. And it's exhausting. It's expensive. But it's so worth it. And it helps because my microphone just broke yesterday, so I have this kind of crappy one here right now. I'm going to get a new one later tonight. But thank you. So Marcus Jula is saying it's going to take a while. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So I'm not going to probably stick around for the entire time for the results. But let's chat a little bit more about tonight's results or about the upcoming songs that will be released. I'm going to go into that in just a second. Some people asked about Ukraine. I'm going to talk about that as well if you want me to. They even have started with the results, yet there are still singers singing over and over again. Yeah, Festival de Canção. I love Festival de Canção. The music has gotten way better over the last few years, but it's taking so long. It's such a cultural thing as well, I think. Yuvalu Yu. Hey, Matt. Hi. Thank you for all your videos. You're welcome. I got a ticket for the jury final. What? Congratulations. I know, like, there was, like, fighting going on. I need to finish this thing. Do you think that's a good opinion to see the show and whilst still being able to see the final televised? Yes. So, here's my honest opinion. I would recommend for everyone to see the jury final, not the live show. The live show is actually fun, just being there, getting the vibe and all of that stuff. But you get that in the jury show as well. But you get the actual results. In the jury show, at least you get to see the jury results. And that is so important. Because that's 50% of the vote, and most people don't get to see that. It's not being broadcast, right? Only the people in the arena and the people in the people in the press room get to see it. So you get to hear firsthand the actual performances of that night, and sometimes they can butcher it, and it has a big impact on the actual results. So I prefer the jury shows being in there actually, and then you can watch the actual show, the live show on TV, the way everyone else sees it. So I think this is way better. Are the juries watching the show live on the TV screen when the judges the song? Yes, they are home in somewhere the broadcaster's office, and they're all in a room with like an attorney, and then they'll watch it together on screen. So they are not in the arena. They will see it in a similar fashion. The difference is, of course, watching the jury show, the results at the very end are fake. You know, they have fake qualifiers, and the qualifier is North Macedonia. We get to say North Macedonia now, right? I assume they're going to say North Macedonia in the broadcast. What do you think Greece will do with their entry? Will they make it pop, ethnic, but bad staged? So what I heard about Gucci about Greece, and again, I was out of the loop for a few days, but I'm hearing it's going to be a mid-tempo song. So it's not going to be a ballad. It's not going to be like the Rude style. It's going to be somewhere in the middle. So I think the singer, who sounds like Amy Winehouse to me, I'm really interested in what they're going to do with it. Like, from what I'm hearing, it's going to have a nice little beat to it, but not over the top. So I think that this is what they're going for, but how all that's going to pan out, I don't know. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited for her because I love her voice. So Conan didn't change his sneakers. I didn't know that that was a concern amongst fans. Okay. And by the way, I don't know what 100 SE key is in my currency, but I really appreciate your support. So I'm just bringing up a couple of things here that we can talk about. I want to address a few of the other upcoming songs over the next few days, because we only got like 7 days left, 8-9 days left before the deadline of the song submission. So within the next week, basically 7 days, we'll have almost all, if not all, of the songs under our belt. So this will be a very, very interesting week. Let's take a look at some of the songs that are still outstanding. Armenia, we've now found out about the artist a long time ago, Sir Book, but we don't know the song yet. It could drop any day now. So I'm really curious to see what that's going to be there, because it kind of fell off the radar of people, because we haven't talked about it a whole lot. But I expect 100 USD, like $11 US. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you for that. Wow, that is so awesome. Yuri's asking, what do usually countries normally do when a singer withdraws from the contest? Do they go with the runner-ups, or do they just give up? Yuri, it depends on when they withdraw. A country, you cannot withdraw the act once you've submitted it to the EBU past the deadline, right? So I think March 11th is the deadline. At that point, you cannot withdraw the song. There will be make exceptions if somebody gets sick or, God forbid, a death or anything like that. Of course, they're going to allow like a last-minute change there. But other than that, you cannot just withdraw. You would have to leave the contest completely, pay a fine, and potentially be barred from taking part in the contest for several years, depending on how the EBU feels about it. So we talked about Armenia, so we have to wait on that one. Austria, we get limits probably soon. Again, it's an act that we've had for a while, the name of the song and the artist. I'm really curious what's going to happen with that. We have no information there. I wish they would release it. Austria on a roll. Hopefully they'll continue it. We have to be patient. So the voting closed in Portugal, by the way. I see that in the chat. Thank you for letting me know, because I cannot watch it because I don't want to drag down the live stream. Why do they always start so late in Portugal? I mean, they're also an hour behind, so I guess that does make sense. So who else do we have? We have, who else are we missing? Switzerland. Switzerland going to be announced on the 7th, so also in just a few days. So that's another one to look forward to. No national finals after all these fails and disappointing results. Maybe an internal selection is the right thing to do. The irony is, in case you didn't know, the German winner, Sisters, the song Sister, was actually a Switzerland reject. I'm like, why, if Switzerland doesn't want to pick the song, why wouldn't you pick it? Why would you do that? You don't want to do that. So that was crazy. So we have to wait for that one as well. And again, if people have questions, at EEC United is the way to go. So let's make sure you do that. Azerbaijan, again, we had heard some rumors for a while, but now we're all in kind of like, what's going to happen there? In the next week, I'm sure we get more information. Ireland, everyone's like, no information on Ireland, right? Zero, nada. Apparently March 8th is when we finally find out about Ireland. And is it going to be a big deal? Or is it going to be just like, it's this random person we ran into on the streets? Or they're going to have a big name? I find it interesting that they wait so long to release it. Maybe they still do last minute negotiations. Who knows? So that one is still outstanding. Who else do we have? Malta. Michaela Pace. She won that The Voice, right? Yes, in Malta. Therefore, will represent Malta with a song that will be revealed probably sometime next week as well. That's an internally chosen song that kind of, could go either way. Let's see what that's going to be about. The Netherlands, we heard snippets of. I actually, the whole thing comes out on March the 7th. So, a little bit more wait time here. I'm super excited about North Macedonia. I just love saying North Macedonia instead of the former Yugoslavian Republic of Macedonia. It's so exhausting. That one I'm really excited about because I think almost everyone doesn't even care how good the song is. We just won Macedonia, North Macedonia, to qualify again. Okay, Marcus Jula is saying, have we talked about Belgium yet? Marcus Jula, we have not, and I feel bad. All right, I've been avoiding it a little bit. I knew I have to talk about it. The song's fine to me. I'm not clicking with it at all. I was hoping for a little more. It's pleasant. It's nice. It just doesn't have enough of a hook to me. Maybe this will come more alive when it's performed on stage. But right now, I'm just feel a little like a lackluster effort there. It's not a bad song. Not a bad song. It just Matt does not click with it, unfortunately. But that is just me. No, you know, I know how it goes. Gucci is saying Ireland was just too suspicious. I think they're sending someone big, but not only they have been silent, they're waiting for so long. But then Lily Love says RTE said Ireland singer was female who had done Eurovision before. I think it's a blonde backing singer with the thick bangs they use a lot. I talked to her actually in 2013. She wouldn't mind. You know, it was years and years ago. She is fantastic, actually. She was backup singer for Jedward, right? I think that's when you're talking about. That would be kind of cool. But I was with Gucci, like, why is Ireland waiting and being so hush-hush about it? It makes me think either trying to do another Nicky Byrne 2.0 kind of thing. Who knows? Big names don't always translate to success, though. Many people have rumored that Switzerland has a winning song on their hand. Okay, that would be cool. It would be weird because it's still, the last time they won was Celine Dion in 1988. I think they're overdue. Although there are other countries that are overdue, like Spain. Last win in 1969. 1969. 50 years. 5-0. Great. So, it's going to be an interesting week. Okay, somebody's asking, I happen to pop that out. Jason Moon, hey Matt, what is your opinion on the way Hatari was acting in interviews? I have not watched any of their interviews, so I cannot comment on that. The only thing I have heard is that the song is supposed to be considered a protest song, because the whole Israel-Palestine thing. So I cannot speak on behalf of that, because honestly, I have not done proper research on that, and I don't want to be pretending that I know what I'm talking about when I just don't. Okay, so, who else is still we're waiting for? Obviously, North Macedonia, I'm hoping for a banger. A good song, whether it's a ballad or a upbeat song, it needs to be good. Because they need to make it through. Russia, Sergei Lazarev. Anyone who followed me over the years knows that Sergei was my dear favorite in 2016, even though it was a strong year. I'm still bitter he didn't win. So I'm so thrilled that he is back in the game, and hopefully he can do some major, and I say damage, I mean in a good way damage, in the scoreboard, getting a lot of points. I'm thrilled. I cannot wait. It's supposed to be, from what I'm hearing, a power ballad. So I think he has the juries in mind this time. So that one is very interesting as well. Do you think that the year is weak, like people said? Deep is saying, no, I don't think it's weak. I think my issue was at first, it feels as we get too many similar songs. Lots of slow songs that would cancel each other out. That was my concern. Now it's picking up. We get different styles, different genres. It's becoming way, way better. There were a lot of disappointing outcomes where the favorites didn't win and better songs were left behind. You can talk about Romania. You can talk about, okay, so many countries I can't even think of them right now. Germany, right? So it was tough to watch. So I think people were discouraged, but it's not that bad. Like Slovenia is also another polarizing song. Very quiet, not in your face. People love it or hate it. So, ESC fan forever. Do you think Malta can surprise this year? They're selecting internally, which Malta is good at. Yes, they will pick something good. I have a feeling they're going to pick something good. I'm going to leave it at that. You heard the snippet of Sergei's song. I heard it's a ballad. No, I have not heard the snippet yet. I was busy with the national finals. So, I'll check that out. I will absolutely check that out. Are you on the Serhat bandwagon, Sean? Yes. Yes. I'm legally required to be on the bandwagon as a Eurovision fan. If you're not, I need your Eurovision fan badge right now. No, seriously, the thing is, and it's terrible, I was devastated when this whole Ukraine thing happened and they had to withdraw. And yet, I always think in terms, well, that increases San Marino's odds because one less country to battle over, which was basically a guaranteed qualifier. Isn't that weird? I think in Serhat terms. And I look at like, okay, Montenegro is going to struggle to go through. Czech Republic will probably struggle to go through. There are a lot of songs that are, it's a very competitive semi. And if he's going to bring something fun, I don't know. Do you think other countries should be able to vote in national finals from other countries? A lot of already used jurors with other countries. Yes, they do the international jury thing, right? So that basically means that they're bringing people, like Germany did that. You know, they had like 20 different people voting from different countries. They had Spain, Luis Lorenzo. They had the singer from Slovenia there, and so on. There were 20 different experts on that jury. They're trying to get that kind of international taste and flair, which then could potentially be matching what the international juries at Eurovision are doing. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It has worked very well in Sweden, Melodi Festival, and they've been doing that for years. Now, I cannot say I fault them because in the end you do want to do well at Eurovision. I hope they just don't just overshadow the televote, right? Before I answer more questions, let's take a look at other songs that we need to wait. Belarus national final, March 7th, coming up. Ooh, another song we need to know. That's, I think, 100% jury votes, so who knows what they're going to do. Poland, Tulia, I know there are rumors out there that they're going to pick that song, but we have to wait and see. Serbia's national final is tomorrow. I might be back for that as well. So we got another song tomorrow. Georgia, we'll find out tomorrow as well, I believe, right? So, oh man, it's going to be another good day. And then Portugal, obviously, we're going to find out soon. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but we're wrapping this up. It goes so fast at the end, doesn't it? It's just like one song after another. At first, we had Albania. Then a week goes by, nothing. Another week goes by, nothing. Another week goes by, nothing. And then we get like, I don't know, who was the second one? I remember. Was it Australia? Or Spain, right? Okay, we get 3-4 weeks later, we got another song, and then it's nothing, and then eventually, boom, 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 all the songs are coming out. So, do you think this could be a year when many countries that struggle to qualify make it to the final? It could be, but what do we consider countries that struggle to qualify? Montenegro, I don't think they're going to... Although, I think Montenegro is going to do better than some people anticipate because I can see the jury's going for this one a little bit, but I don't think it's going to qualify. San Marino could potentially surprise us. That is definitely on my radar, but we don't know the song yet. Other than that, Iceland has been struggling these last few years. This could be their year with that song for sure. Who else has been struggling lately? Latvia had a few bad years. I don't know how that song will resonate with the average person. Switzerland, people are saying this may have a winner song, so I can see that. We have to see it. They could, if that's true, then obviously, yeah, but it's so hard to say without knowing what the song is. And then Malta has been struggling in North Macedonia. So, I don't know. It's potential. I don't know the song, so I can't really say. So, ask me again next week. We have a lot of songs now. Out of all of them, who do you think will not qualify this year? Oh, this is tough. Out of the ones that we know so far, I could see Romania not making it again, which would be unfortunate 2 years in a row. I don't know about Croatia. Croatia could also lose out. Could do well with the juries a little bit. I'm not convinced about Lithuania. Again, it's not just my personal taste, right? I'm really thinking about this song. Czech Republic will probably struggle. Finland is not guaranteed, I think. Yeah, there you have a few options. Matt, do you think Leva song is better than Jury's Lithuania? I think it's more impactful. Yes. So if I had to play that 2018 versus 2019 game, I would probably put her over Jury's. But this is not a dig at just because I think his song was good. I just don't think it is as impactful. That is the only thing I will say. So somebody was yelling at me for not commenting live on Portugal. I'm not watching the show because it was slowed on my live stream. People keep me updated. I refresh Wikipedia when I can, but nothing has happened yet. So people will let me know in the chat when something goes on, if I'm still here, because I'm not going to do this whole thing until we fall asleep. Could you imagine that an unexpected song will win because of the two third places by juries and public? Yes. I'm not sure if you've ever played with the this is an app, the tool that is available on escnation.com. It's like this scoreboard simulator. You could potentially finish in third place with the juries and fifth place in the televote and still win if there's a significant discrepancy in the juries and the televote. It can happen. I've played that around with it a few times and see possible outcomes. And yes, it's certainly possible. So whether or not it's going to happen this year, ask me again when we have all the songs. I don't think so, but who knows? Okay. Eurovision Ireland is asking, do you think Conan could win Eurovision? Two things. I mean, importantly, I'm not saying if I don't want, it's not that I don't want him to win, because I think it's a very interesting, fun song. I want him to win Festival de Canção. I don't think it's going to win Eurovision. I just don't see the juries falling for that. So, that's just a hunch. Just a hunch. Do you think Macedonia can pull out a good staging this year, Shaban? Duffy is asking. I want to say yes, they could, but they're going to mess it up. Because they always do. But maybe they've learned the lesson. Maybe. Just maybe. I'm rooting for them so hard. It hurts. It really hurts. Okay, so, other questions? Israel saved Kaino Deep is saying, we don't know if they saved it. It could have been that... I mean, keep in mind, when we saw the Norwegian results, we really only saw the 12 points. They don't release the 1 to 10 points. So technically, Kaino could have been in second place, get 10 points from every other jury, right? Just not the 12 points. Could have totally been a possibility. So I don't know if they saved it, but it felt good that I figured, okay, they still have a shot. And once they made the super final, I was like, yeah, they've got this. I was so confident. I'm never that confident, but for some reason, I just knew. Since there were no more juries involved, it was 100% televote. I was like, yeah, we're good. We're done. So what else do we have here? Why does the best song in the UMK always end second? Domino, No Fear, Superman. Well, it's subjective, of course. Domino was my favorite as well, by far. And I knew that Domino would have probably done better at Eurovision, outside the bubble, but that's how it goes. Personally, I liked Look Away best. So, so I partially agree with you, I suppose. So the two girls from last year just performed in Portugal. Oh man, I'm glad that they got to perform. It was so sad when they finished last. I wasn't crazy about that song. When my favorite song in Festival de Canção withdrew last year, I was devastated. Ojadem was fine. But once again, I didn't click quite with it as much. And people were really sad and upset with me. I'm like, Matt, you loved Salvador so much, but you didn't care for Ojadem. Like, yeah, I know. I cannot just pretend that I love it if I don't. But I respect them as artists, and I can see why people loved it. It just wasn't for me. Okay, Shaban Duffy says, what country that has not won before do you think is due for a win? Due for a win, obviously, then I would say Malta. Malta first took part in 1971. Or two? I think 71. And so it's been 48 years. Now, granted, they withdrew for like 15, 16, 17 years, so there's a big gap in between. But I think they are, if there's a country that's overdue, it's Malta, right? It was Portugal until 2 years ago, but now, I could be wrong. I don't think, yeah, they're waiting the longest now for a win. But let me know if I'm missing a country. I don't think I do. Eurovision Ireland is asking, do you know who's representing Ireland at Eurovision 2019? You've got insider knowledge because you're one of the top Eurovision channels. Even if I did know something, I would not be able to tell you. That's basically what I can say right now. So, sorry. I wish I could be more clear. What else do we have? What do you think about Moldova's entry this year? Our Marboon is saying 94-97. I like it. It was my favorite. It was my second favorite. I Will Not Surrender was my clear favorite, which was also the winner of the televote. So I agree with the televote. But this is a fine song. Just something it's the singer that really makes the song. It's a pretty melody. But I don't know if it stands out-ish enough to really, really blow me away. But I like it. I like it. So, I appreciate you all asking all these questions. I didn't think we have much to talk about until Portugal comes in. Portugal is so nerve-wracking because this is such a big fan favorite. I'm really worried because Conan is the clear favorite, right? And he only finished in 4th place with the juries in the semi. So that leads me to believe that he's going to do badly as well this time around, potentially even lower, and then somebody else will sneak past him. So I'm mentally prepared. My prediction right now, without knowing the results right now, of course, I expect Matai to win. Perfetto. This is just a feeling that I'm having. Not that I want, I'm just trying to be realistic. Who gives you inside information, Matt? I'm not saying anyone is giving me... Okay, we cannot talk about this. Who do you want to win ESC 2019? Okay, as I said before, I want a country to win that I haven't been to and I desperately want to visit. So, screw the song. Like, I don't like the Croatian song at all this year, but I want to go to Croatia so bad. I love that country. It's so beautiful. I want to go to Split. I want to see all that water front there. Oh my god. I want to go so badly. I want to go to Malta. So I want Malta to win. I haven't been to the Balkan or Baltic area. So any of these countries, win it. Win it for me so I can go. That's what I'm going for. Who cares about the music? Conan got standing ovation by the crowd tonight. Amadeus is saying, that is wonderful. I'm hoping. I am so mentally prepared for the juries. He's going to win the televote. I think we all agree on that, right? He's going to be the televote winner. But I just don't see the juries going for it, especially after the vote in the semis. Unless they had a change of heart. I don't know. All right, UW Vision, what was your opinion on Armenia 26 Fly With Me? It was my favorite. It was my favorite. I liked it. It was in between for me. I think, I don't know if I ranked them all. Probably around somewhere in the midfield for me. I wasn't quite as wild with the staging, I guess, and it lost a little bit steam in the live performance overall. But it's a good song. It's a good song. Do you want to go to the Netherlands, Matt? We have stroopwafels. Well, I have stroopwafels all the time. I love stroopwafels. And yes, I'm going to Amsterdam in next month. So I'll be there having my croquettes and my stroopwafels. So it's all good. I'm so excited. ESC fan forever. Malta, win ESC in your dreams. We will never win. Not true. Portugal said that. A lot of countries said that. And then boom, it happens. Malta came close twice. Well, twice close, like in 2002 and in 1998. So close. Even 2005, you can say, even though there was a bigger gap with the points. But the other 2 years, one set of 12 points would have, or like less than that, would have made a difference. That's how crazy it is. Jason Moon is asking, what countries in Europe have you not been to? A lot of them. I live in the United States, and I travel as much as I can, but I haven't been to many countries. I haven't been to Ireland. I haven't been to Finland. I'm going down there right now. I haven't been to Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia. I have not been to any of the ex-Yugoslavian countries. I haven't been to Georgia. I haven't been to Azerbaijan. I haven't been to Russia. I haven't been to Romania or Moldova. I haven't been to Malta. So there's plenty. Alright, so everyone is asking about Eurovision. How about I ask, how are you, Matt? I am hungry. I am starving. I got a little lightheaded right now. If you notice, I had a little like, ooh moment for a second here. It's because I haven't eaten, except for a little tiny piece of chocolate, and I need to eat soon. So, but I'm doing great. I'm doing great. It was a good night for Eurovision, and by that I mean my personal taste, and that's all that matters, because I don't care about you or your favorites. I only care about the songs that I love. Okay, I'm not getting all the dislikes on the video. I'm kidding, of course. Now, it was just a good night, so I'm happy, but thank you for asking. Thank you very much. I'm dying when some countries lose their 100% qualification record in this year's. They came 11th or 12th, and they missed out by a few points. Azerbaijan, Romania, Armenia, and Sweden. Yep, they're all, well, Armenia this last year was actually pretty far down. Wasn't even close for them. So, yeah, it is always weird because we only have Ukraine left and Australia. Ukraine, obviously, since they withdrew, they're going to maintain their perfect record. Australia, I expect to keep that one as well. But theirs is less impressive because they've only had, what, 16, 17, 18... This would be the 4th qualification in a row. It's not that impressive. It's great, but it's not like, you know, unheard of. Do you think that in the scenario where John Henrik wins Melfest, it might be as a disadvantage for Norway and Sweden, considered both of them are Sami inspired? No, I don't think so. Because they feel very, very different. I don't think people are that limited in their appreciation for different music. Norway is a little bit more aggressive in their sound, right? While Sweden is way more dreamy, and that makes them 2 very different songs. I think these will just be different languages for people. They don't necessarily know it's the same kind of style. So I think as, you know, Eurovision fans, we may be overthinking that. That's all I'm saying. So I wouldn't worry about that part. So, any updates? What are they doing in Portugal right now, people? I would love to hear where we're at. I wonder also in Portugal, I don't know who the juries are. Did they announce it? Could they be somehow, in any shape or form, be influenced by the public support of Conan? Maybe they're like, you know, maybe we should put that one through because there just seems to be a lot of quality and interest there. Maybe it's a grower. That's my only hope. I am looking at last year's winner, Claudia, and she got 10 points from the juries and 10 points from the televote. She was the second favorite after Diego, my absolute favorite when that withdrew. I was devastated. That one would have won Festival de Canção last year. Claudia, she was the second favorite in that semi, and then ultimately finished second in also the jury vote, and then won the televote. Man, I don't think it's going to happen. Oh man, I know I'm being negative here, but I'm being actually just realistic. I'm really already made peace in my mind that it's not going to be Conan. But I would love for him to win. Don't get me wrong, I'm rooting for him like big time. So, you're going to either see a very sad face or a very happy face if we're still alive. I don't want North Macedonia to break the non-qualification record 8 years from the Netherlands because we finally were good at something in Eurovision, and I don't want them to break that record. Selfish. Selfish. Okay, so, Jamala is asking Conan if Portugal is part of Spain. Oh my god, this is wild. Oh gosh, I'm missing that. Just keep me updated, guys. I could try to bring it... Can somebody post the link to the live stream? Maybe I can bring it up and see how much it slows down. Can somebody post it in the chat, the link to the live stream, so I can hop on and see how much it slows down my stream? And if it slows it too much, I will close out of it. But that would be greatly appreciated. I'm traumatized. I just visualized Serhat performing the Siren song. Hey, I think Serhat is a good-looking guy for what is it, 54? He looks good for 54. So, hey, all kudos to him. Okay, so somebody's posting the link here. Monique, I see you posted the link. I highly appreciate that. Let me click on that. It's scrolling too fast. Can you guys stop talking in the chat? I'm kidding. You're just making it very difficult for me to click on links. Okay, it says something in Portuguese. I think it's just like something about cookies. Oh, I just got here just in time for the results. Oh, this is perfect. So, it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 points. Right? Let me... So, Kalema got 1, Anna Claudia got 8, Matai got 3. Okay, so the 10 and 12 are still out there. Oh no, Conan got 7. Right? Oh no, wait, I'm mixing up the order. Oh, it's the second vote. Okay, so I'm not looking at the chat. Sorma got 8 points. Mariana Bragada got 10 points. And that only 12 points left that go to Conan by Norta. 12 points for Conan, I would assume. Alright. That's good. Maybe he won't do as bad. Oh, there is Philomena again. Love her. No wonder that they brought her back. She's so quick. Like during the dress rehearsals at Eurovision, when the things go wrong all the time, she just filled in that time with quick, witty jokes and stuff. She's good. She's really good. She's like Petra Mede is fantastic scripted, but Philomena is just quick. She is like improv expert. Okay, so here we go with Centro. Okay, so Conan is going to be in the top 3 with him as well. So there has been a change. This is looking good, my friends. I'm not trying to get... The stream is still working great. Perfect. Earlier it did not work well. So I'll get to watch it. So, and he gets another 12 points by Centro. Guys, gals, or whatever you want to be called. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. Maybe the jury's just found the beauty. Maybe it's a different jury as well. Maybe we have different jury members as well. So, let's wait and see. Man, the Eurovision community will go crazy. Again, Conan would be another polarizing choice. Lots of fans, a lot of people will not get it and hate it, but that is fine. You want to have a hype around a song because you want people to vote for it. It's such an odd song. Good odd. Alright, so let's see how they are voting. And I also saw he's getting 7 points. Conan, but that's his number, his running order number. That's why I got confused. Because the way the screen looked was a little confusing. So, he's definitely in the top 3 with this juror as well. So, this is... Oi, oi. Oi. Oi, this is exciting. Okay. I am keeping my composure. Okay, and Conan, is he going to get another 12 points or is he going to get 10? Either way, this NBC is currently, well, in first place, but it's going to be in third place right now. Yes, so NBC is in second place. Conan Osiris is going to be probably the landslide winner now with the juries, and NBC as of right now in second place. So we still have, I think, 4 more jurors to go. We have to wait. What's going to happen next? Lots of exciting stuff happening tonight after all these disappointing results. But then again, keep in mind, Salvador Sobral did not win the televote. That is the crazy part. So who knows what the televoters do again this year. So don't get too excited. Relax. Relax. Let's see what Alentejo is doing with her votes. Okay, so definitely Conan is in the top 3 as well. NBC only got 4 points from her, so that hurts them. But they'll stay in second place for now. So, but it's a little closer. It's a little bit closer there. So RTP fixed the juries for Conan. Did they though, Marius? I need to find out if the juries in the semis were different from the juries in the final. That could make a huge difference. Different people voting, different approaches. So that is very, very important. So I don't want to say anything about that if, that's not the case. So, Acores is next. So I assume they're going to do the same thing. Yes. So once the juries have all voted, they will translate into the Eurovision point system. 12 points for the first jury favorite, and then the second jury favorite gets 10, then 8, and so on. And they'll do the same thing with the televote. It really comes down to if the hype in Portugal is just as real as it is with the Eurovision community. Okay, another high score for Conan. I mean, it doesn't matter in the end anymore what's going to happen with the rest of the jurors, I think, because Conan won the jury vote. Every single juror is giving Conan 12 punta. So, that's good news. Whew. This is a very artsy Eurovision this year, right? With Slovenia, potentially Portugal, and there are some other, like Latvia. It seems a little less mainstream. I mean, there are plenty of mainstream songs, don't get me wrong. But this is definitely a little different. So, Madeira, he's voting next. Whoever that is. Is he also giving 12 points to you-know-who? I'm surprised that Matai is flopping here, because he was winning the jury vote in the semis, and now he's just not doing quite... I mean, he's doing okay, but certainly nowhere near the rest of them. Okay, NBC back in second place. Every time I read NBC, I think of the NBC, the station here, the network in America. NBC, they're taking part as well? So, he has the jury vote in the pocket. I hope The only thing that could really ruin his chances right now, I mean, if he finishes less than second place, he's probably out anyway, but if he finished in second place with the televote and NBC finishes in first place with the televote, then NBC goes to Eurovision. Oh, Madeira is an island. That's right. I do know that Madeira is an island. I thought it was his name too, though. Duh. And Mario's saying it's not artsy, it's ridiculous that artsy, it's just a word for that style. Like, it's out of the ordinary, that style, that is not following the same structure as what people are accustomed to musically. It's not like it's saying it's art, it's artsy. It's just a term that you use here. It's not art, I get that part. Okay, this gentleman, his name is not Algarve. I know that much by now. Okay, so it is official with this last vote. I thought we were done, actually. Conan wins the televote, the jury vote. NBC finished in second place. Surma in third, and Metai in fourth. That is the biggest shocker to me, that he dropped to fourth place. I thought he could potentially win the jury vote. Oh, Conan did not get first. The only juror that didn't give Conan 12 points, huh? That one went to NBC. And NBC does not look happy. I think they know that they didn't win. They're unhappy. He was very serious. So, I hope we're going to get the televotes right away. Now I'm going to stay on until... I didn't plan on staying here the entire time, but now that it's happening, may as well. So, hopefully there will not be another 15 interval acts before we get the televote results. And then we'll just talk it through real quick. NBC are jealous. I guess they really wanted to win, and now that Conan is the number one with the juries, they feel as they have no shot anymore. I don't know. But he looked very grumpy. Very, very grumpy. So if Conan doesn't win, we're all blaming Jamala. Okay, let's do that. We'll blame her. So now they're doing, okay, more chatting in the green room. But I don't speak Portuguese, but I do see that there is something going on here. She's grabbing this envelope, which usually indicates something is happening. If anyone is out there that speaks Portuguese, let us know what they're saying, because I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Although I would think if they're going to do the results now, then they're running over. Unless if they're going to do because I would think the show would be over now at exactly 1 a.m. Right? No, it's midnight in Portugal. It's midnight in Portugal. I always forget that they're an hour behind. Okay, actually, here we go. The televote results are coming in. Everyone, buckle up. Is it going to be Conan, or is NBC catching up in the end? And he no longer has to be a grumpy fella. I only speak Brazilian Portuguese. Well, you understand most of it, though, right? Okay, Ana Claudia only get 3 points. And she was the third favorite. No, she wasn't. She got only 5 points. I lied. So she's 4 points for Surma. That's disappointing for her, I guess, because she was third with the juries. All right. 5 points from the televoters go to... Oh, Mariana Brigada. I don't remember that song. I think that's very telling. And then 6 points. I feel like I'm the spokesperson now because I'm kind of reading that for you guys. Madre Paz. Alright. NBC and Conan both are still in this. Kalema and Matai as well. They're out of the running, I think, point-wise, but let's see. I wish I had some drums here, but let's see. Okay. Kalema got 7 points. Okay, that's fair. At least they didn't finish last. I was worried with the little few points they received from the jurors that could be the case. NBC, Matai, and Conan Osiris are the top 3. If NBC gets 8 points, Conan has 1. If Conan gets 8 points, NBC has 1. There's no way for Matai to catch up at this point. Even if he gets 12 points, that's 19. NBC got 8 points. People, they're only in 3rd place, and he's still grumpy. Oh, he is not happy with the results. It cracks me up. But that doesn't mean whether Conan is 2nd or 1st, he has won in Portugal. Confetti. Streamers, I don't have anything with me. I didn't come prepared. Conan has won, my friends. Everyone that was rooting for him, well, that includes myself, I think. So, that is flippin' phenomenal. Another fan favorite has won. Almost every single fan favorite has won, right? Hatari in Iceland, Kaino in Norway, and then now Conan in Portugal. So we don't have to blame Jamala after all. She did right. Wow. Okay. I'm just laughing because NBC is mad. I know, it's like, that cracks me up. But congratulations, Portugal. Congratulations. I think you made the right choice. Once again, this song could go either way. It could not be under, people in Europe could be like, we'll go right past them, right? But you're going with the daring choice. Use my favorite phrase, go big or go home. You're not playing it safe. And it's different, it's fun, I'm happy. It was my personal favorite as well. You saw my video. So, this was a good night. After all these fairly disappointing outcomes, we finally have something good happening. So, except for ESC Veggie, he's not happy. That's how it goes. Both Portugal and Iceland, in particular, are very polarizing entries. People will love it, or they will hate it, right? There's very little wiggle room there for like, it's okay. No. So, and that is okay. So, Portugal has chosen, and let me double check here real quick. I believe the Portugal's in the first semi. Yes, I haven't memorized the exact allocation yet, but the first semi is almost complete by now, right? We're waiting for San Marino, while we're waiting for Greece, Georgia, Serbia, Poland, and Belarus. And technically Cyprus, so 7. So we still got a few to go, but it looked like there's more. But I don't know. That's good. So any questions, y'all? Make sure you post at ESC United so I can see it. Time for me to be a Portugal fan the 3rd year in a row. Who the heck would have guessed it would be Portugal 3 years in a row? I know Portugal, even though they finished last in the show in the end, they definitely have become a lot more competitive, right? Again, risky choices every single year. The last year they go with something different and risky. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But at least they don't go down the same route of whatever music. Georgia and Serbia will be announced tomorrow, by the way, just in case you're wondering. And potentially some random song as well. Another country, who knows? But we get 2 more songs tomorrow. And, gosh, and then every day, songs will drop until we have them all. All 41. Dang, I can't believe I'm saying 41 now. It used to be 42 until a few days ago. How long will this stream be? Not much longer, Jason Moon. We just waited for the Portugal results. I just wanted to, since it was happening, do you think that Iceland will do better with the juries or the televote? Televote. Absolutely the televote. I put money down on that if I wanted to, but I'm not. So, do you think Kaino can win Eurovision? I'm not there yet. I think that's a little premature to make that kind of prediction. I don't think it's a Eurovision winner, but I think it's a potential Eurovision top 10er. That's not a word, but it should be. Okay, so, once again, any questions at ESC United? We're going to do this for a few more minutes. It's getting late in your part of the world. It's only, well, it's still 4 o'clock here as well, so it's not like that early here. Did you notice there are many non-English songs in semifinal 1? I haven't done the actual breakout yet. I like the fact that we get more diversity when it comes to language. I mean, we have Hungary, we have Slovenia, we have Iceland, Portugal, Serbia will most likely be also, right? So there are a few of them. So it's not bad. It's not bad. I thought there would be a few more, actually. That's good. ESC fan for saying in Georgia, I think only they're selecting the artist tomorrow. From what I'm hearing, it's supposed to be the song as well. At least that's how it's being put online. Maybe they're finally revealing the songs tomorrow as well. Because they don't have that much time, They only have a week left. So I would think they know the songs by now that are still in the running. Maybe they're going to do a similar like they did with My Time with the United Kingdom where they sing the same song. They already have decided on the song. So Selma finished second in 99. Johanna finished second in 2009, which means Hataru finished second in 2019. All right, I'll go with that. That would be interesting if that's going to continue. You're very welcome. Thank you for the stream, my weekly Eurovision panic therapy session. I'm a good therapist. I know that by now, so glad I can do my part. So, again, let's wrap this up real quick. Everything that happened tonight. Finland, Darude featuring Sebastian Rehmann, they chose Look Away. Both juries and televoters agreed on that. That's done. We have Iceland, Hatari. I'm not going to pronounce the song title because I don't know how to read that. But they were the fan favorites from the get-go. People were nervous, but it came through. It pulled through. That is exciting. Conan in Portugal, another big fan favorite, is through. Not much else to say. Moldova, Anna Orbescu with Stay. She a little less focused on Moldova this year. There wasn't a lot going on. She was the fan favorite, the second favorite with the televotes, but the jury favorite. So that was almost identical. And then I'm missing someone else. Oh, Norway, Kaino, Spirit in the Sky. Yes. So they are also the fan favorite, and they made it. They made it. Clearly not with the juries, but hey, who cares? Mata's asking, what will your live stream schedule be like now that the Super Saturdays are over? Well, we still have Sweden next week, right? So I'll be back for that, obviously. And I will continue to have at least weekly streams for preparation, reviews, and all that stuff. So there will be plenty of live streams until we go to Tel Aviv. And keep in mind, I will be in Amsterdam and London, and I will be live streaming from there as well. Because that's how I roll. I don't know why I said it like that. I just, when I don't know what to say, I get awkward. So, tomorrow, just as a recap, Serbia and Georgia will pick their songs. So we got 2 more songs, and maybe some other random country will drop their song as well. That means I will be back, not black. I'm going to be back. And, talking about what's going on. And we'll go from there. So, I guess I don't know what else to say, but congratulations, everyone. That is exciting. All the fan favorites went through tonight. That hardly ever happens, especially not this year with all the shocking results that have been going on. Okay, so if you could change the winner from only 1 year, which would it be? Jason Moon is asking. 2015. Or 16. But probably 15. No, 16. One of those two. So I would make it either Italy in 2015 or Russia in 2016, because those are my 2 favorites. and there were the televote favorites as well, but they were downgraded by the juries, and I do not approve of those. So I hope you'll all be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I'll put up the link soon. So just make sure to subscribe to our channel so you'll be notified when we go live. And if you hit that notification bell, you get also on top of it extra notified. That's just how it works. Don't ask me why. So it's the notification bell. So have a good night, everyone. Thanks again for all your support. Sleep tight.